Welcome back. Get to where we're at on our overhead console project. By the way, big shout out to Graphic Impressions for the new shirts. Very sweet. Here's the back right here. They did a great job, good shirts. So kind of here's where we're at on our project. Got the overhead console portion of it completely in, welded in, everything in place. Saved you the boring part of watching all the wiring. But I am going to show you how I got all the wiring up there to where I needed it at. So in order to get all the wiring I needed up to the overhead console, I wanted to go through the cage. As most of you guys probably know, there's not a big hole or an easy way to get to it. So I come up about 4 inches on the cage, drilled a hole, again put a nylon sleeve in it so I didn't chafe any of the wiring as it went through there. Also went ahead and wrapped all the wiring in the plastic wiring sleeve and ran it in there just to ensure that. It's really not even terribly noticeable, especially after you go ahead and put the windshield down with the cylinder in there for the windshield. Really, like I said, it's not even terribly noticeable. I actually did it on both sides because I have put in a lot of switches up here. So here's kind of what I have. I have them all wired. So when you turn your accessories on, the bottom half of the switches come on, so you can see what the switches are. And then when you turn on whatever accessory it is, the top of the light switch comes on as well to let you know. So basically what I have is I have 3 separate sets of off-road lights. Then on this whole back panel, I have 3 sets for rock lights and my whip lights. I have my rock lights wired individually. So the first one turns on the grill and the vents in each side of the hood. The second one turns on the front tires. Third one turns on the back tires. And then obviously these run the whips. I just simply have these so something I can hook up any of them individually any the way I want. I've also added 4 LED lights into the overhead console, and down here put the switch so that way the driver or passenger either one can reach it. 4 nice dome lights seem to work really well. So this up here is still kind of a mess. I've got to put covers and everything on the wires, but basically that's all the wiring after it comes up through the cage. I put holes up here, same process as down below, and like I said, I'll continue the wire wrap and kind of clean this all up. But all of this will sit in between the overhead console, headliner, and the roof. So there's really nothing going to happen to all the wiring up here anyway, but I am going to go ahead and put it all in wire casing. So as far as what I'm calling, I guess, the headliner portion of this, the overhead center console is done. So what I have done is made cardboard templates for above the driver and the passenger and labeled all of that because, you know, I'm not the brightest fella in the world what the bottom side, the front, and the back is. But anyway, got that all cut to fit in there. Using my cardboard template, hang on with me for just a second as I spin around here and make you dizzy. I transferred that to flat sheet aluminum. So the plan from here is this flat aluminum is going to get Kilomat actually on the top and the bottom. So on the top, I will have approximately a 3-inch space between the roof and the aluminum. So it'll act as an insulator. I'll have a dead air space between the roof and this aluminum So with the aluminum top of it being insulated, it'll kind of hopefully hold the heat out of there as shining on the sun's shining on the roof. Also, it'll go between the aluminum and the flat steel that we've put in here to fasten all this into to keep it from rattling. On the bottom side, it's also going to get Kilomat, and then this will all get wrapped in a automotive type vinyl. Theory being, again theory, we'll see how that works, is that will create kind of a soft spot, so as your sound's reverberating up from in the cab, it's kind of absorbed by the material and the Kilomat up here, and not reverberating back down into the passenger and driver. So let's get jumped onto that part and we'll see if we can get that wrapped up. Alright, so we're at the point here that I've cleaned all the wiring up on the roof, got both of my headliner panels cut, fit, back out, and we're going to start putting some Kilomat. I'm going to do it on the top and the bottom. Then I have some vinyl type material. I just picked it up at Hobby Lobby on sale even. Some Fast Tack upholstery adhesive. So we're going to Kilomat both sides of these, then wrap them in the vinyl and put them back in place. So let's see how this goes. I've honestly never used Kilomat before. All right, so we've got the panels wrapped, all screwed back up in place. It's kind of a hard angle to get a decent video of. So we'll come down here from the passenger side. Okay, and back over here on the driver's side. So again, this has all got Kilomat underneath of this vinyl to help absorb the sound. There's also Kilomat up on the top to act as an insulator. So got to get the roof back on, a couple things hooked up there, and we'll be back when it's all completely wrapped up. I also got to give a big shout out to Tim Peters with Peters Heating and Air for the sheet metal, the UCB shop. Great guy, awesome company. You know, if you're in Northeast Missouri, Western Illinois, Central Missouri, hey, give them a call, Peters Heating and Air. Thanks, Tim. So there you go. Complete headliner overhead console installed. I think it looks great. I think it turned out great. Everything I wanted. We'll kind of see how the durability goes, considering it's all metal and aluminum, other than the wrap, which would be easy to replace at a future date. Been a fun project. Tune back in, reach down there and click like and subscribe. Next project coming up, I'm going to install the tablet in here, so that'll be coming up. Thank you.